Yo, yo, yo! Welcome back to the fifth round. As always, myself, Stephen Moustaris, and this is brought to you by the Intrigue Content Network. And for all my MMA fans and UFC fans, I just got done breaking down past weekend's Giga Chikadze, Edson Barbosa, and the Kevin Lee and Daniel Rodriguez fight. Just kind of talking about what their futures have to hold and whatnot. But that's got me done with Saturday night. I just wanted to dive in and share my opinions on last night's fight between Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley. I thought the whole card itself was really impressive. I can't lie to you. I live in Ohio, about an hour away from Cleveland. So like just seeing all my friends on Snapchat and social medias and whatnot, seeing who's there, the people I never even thought would watch fights, and just to see just to watch the whole broadcast and to actually watch and hear how crazy the crowd was going it was really, really cool to see. I can't lie to you. And it was like my number one takeaway was like, holy shit, a YouTuber is really out here getting people, involved in the fight game. And you gotta love it. I mean, for real, like I'm not going too much into it yet, but like the way Jake Paul's fighting for fighter pay and just equality of fighters and whatnot. Like I know he talks a lot of shit and whatnot, but it was really cool to see. And even the fights there were some good ones. I watched the Tommy Fury fight. Clearly, I wasn't impressed at all. Especially, it's almost not fair to him though, because you got brother Tyson, who might be the greatest heavyweight of all time, and that's probably not even an argument anymore. Especially if he beats Wilder and then goes out and beats Joshua. But yeah, that's a whole different video. But seriously, it was almost not fair. And two, I mean, I've definitely done my sparring, but I'm a kickboxer, Muay Thai fighter, so it's not like I've been boxing sparring. But seriously, the kickboxing, I mean, it's all kind of the same. You hear people say in MMA all the time where it's like, you almost kind of like go down to whoever you're fighting. You go down to their level almost sometimes. And I thought it kind of wasn't, I don't want to say fair for Tommy Fury just because he had the height and whatnot, but I just thought Anthony Taylor or whatever the fuck his name was, I thought he did a decent job of the overhand right, but he's just so awkward and so small. And I don't know. I think that if it was a little taller fighter one, I think Tommy would have looked a little better, but there's no excuse or anything. I don't want to take anything away from either of them. I just wasn't very impressed. It's not like I want to see Tommy fight Jake Paul. Daniel Dubois looked really fucking good with that first round finish. Love, I forget his first name, but the Cleveland boy, he looked phenomenal as well. Them shorts were probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then, of course, Serrano puts on a performance of a lifetime. I thought she could have got her out of there, but I didn't like the 2-minute rounds. I'm not gonna lie to you, but oh well. But leads us into the finale. The whole broadcast team was dope. I'm a big Ariel Helwani fan. Clearly, I mean, I'm an MMA guy. I love watching Ariel. So the Barstool guys were hilarious, especially how wrong they were on all their bets. I know that was probably the worst case for them, but they did a hell of a good job of making fun of it. And yeah, so you go into the fight. I didn't know what to fucking expect, like everybody. I knew Tyron Woodley would last way longer. I wasn't sure if he'd get finished or not. I just knew it wouldn't be Ben Askren. I broke it down and I said that it definitely was going to go third round, maybe fourth round for sure at least. And then, honestly, my biggest takeaway of the entire thing was just how I feel like this was finally that moment where Jake Paul got overtaken by how big of a moment it was. And you kind of just saw it. The first round he looked good. I'll give him the first round for sure. He looked pretty good. Second round he started to really slow down. And then I'm not joking. You guys can call me wrong, call me stupid, whatever you guys want to do. Please let me know. But what the fight that I was just watching, and I've been watching fights for 14 years. Jake Paul didn't land a significant good punch other than, I think in the sixth round he had one overhand right that looked pretty good, but it still didn't do anything. But the rest of it, third round on, just looked gassed, had no legs. He even said it. He was almost falling over his punches, reaching way too much. I didn't see where he landed 71 punches. I didn't even see him throw over 200 punches. And if you count some of those jabs and some of those like really, really lackadaisical body shots, like I feel bad for him just because it's like I didn't see it at all. And Tyron Woodley was pushing the pace. And I think if Tyron Woodley was fighting anybody else, like an actual boxer or whatever, I think Tyron gets that win just for the pace and just the pressure. He landed way cleaner shots. But this is where it goes. This goes back to how impressive this was out of Jake Paul, regardless of his performance. We saw him get hit. We saw him almost go through the ropes. He took a couple clean shots that luckily were at the end of the round, so we kind of got to go and clean off. But it was rather impressive to see him take the hits and and just keep going. You knew he was tired, and the fact that he was really, really composed out there. Keeping space, walking around. Definitely was backing up the entire time, which no hate at all. I mean, you're fighting Tyron fucking Woodley, like dude punches like a Mack truck. But yeah, I definitely think that Tyron left a lot out there. I think he had at least round 5, 6, 7, 8. He could have just unleashed that last minute every single round. And we've seen it in Tyron every fucking fight he's ever had. I liked how somebody called him the frozen one. I thought that was really good. But it was just, I don't know, it's tough. I thought I was going to give the nod 6 rounds to 2 to Tyron Woodley. Not to hate at all. I just liked his pace. I didn't think Jake Paul was doing anything. He wasn't landing anything. Other than that first round, he looked pretty good. I can't lie. And then I think in like the third round, might have been the second, he had like a nice little 3-punch combo, but none of them landed. But it was cool to see him try. And then, I don't know. I'm happy that he got the win, though, because this is one of those ones. It's kind of like when Logan just fought Floyd, where we saw Floyd's the greatest boxer of all time. The fact Logan even gets a decision, it's a win for him. At the end of the day, Floyd can say all he wants, like, oh, I didn't get hit or whatever. Like, clearly, if we had to judge that fight, Floyd would probably win. But then you just look at the Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley fight, and you're like, I think Jake just took it as a win that he got to the decision, which I would too. Don't get me wrong. If I'm just some YouTuber that doesn't box like that, like other than 3 years, and I go out there and fight one of my favorite UFC fighters that's ever fought, and I go to the decision with him, and all I did was got hit a couple of times, like, yeah, I'm taking that as a win for sure. And it's kind of one of those just scenario ones where it's like you're in his hometown, the professional fighter is fighting a non-professional fighter, and of course the YouTuber should get the nod just because he didn't get finished or nothing. But if we're looking at an actual fight, like Jake didn't land a fucking single fucking thing other than a couple here and there, but Tyron was throwing him back ASAP, so it's not like he got hurt or nothing, and the power wasn't there at all for Jake. So no hate towards it at all. I love seeing the kid do shit. I love seeing all of us just be able to just make our lives a dream and make our lives a movie, because this life is already fucking weird as it is, and we might as well make the most of it. So I really liked it. I definitely don't want to see a fucking rematch though. Like, we got to see it all. I don't care about it. I don't want to see Tyron fight Jake Paul again. I want to see Jake move on, do his thing. He's only going to get better with time. The 8 rounds was really impressive to see him go that far. So I don't know. I really like how he just was really really respectful after the fight too. You saw the true side of Jake Paul. So, but also, before I go, the coolest thing out of the entire fucking fight, which anybody can hate on, but us as, I should say me as an Ohioan and a Cleveland sports fan, Jake Paul's walkout shirt, like jacket thing, was the dopest thing I've ever seen. I'm probably going to have a picture of it somewhere, who knows, where it had the Browns jersey mixed with a bunch of Cavs jerseys, mixed with a bunch of fucking Indians jerseys. I think I seen some Ohio State in there. It was phenomenal. I really liked it. I wouldn't be shocked to have some like Columbus Crew or something. Who knows? We had a lot of the Ohio teams, and it was fucking dope. But honestly, you can't knock it at all. Jake Paul becoming the truth, went 8 rounds. Yeah, he was fucking tired, but you survived against a fucking killer like Tyron Woodley. Don't be wrong, 39 years old. He technically walks around 20 pounds less than you, 4 inches shorter. I get it, but for him to take the punches and stuff, I'm not mad at all for him getting the win. I just thought in the actual like fight, in the actual boxing match, I thought Tyron won. I really did. But regardless, I'm excited to see what's up with next for Jake Paul. If he does fight Tommy Fury, I think that's probably best case for him, because I think he'll knock him out. Honestly, I think he'll get the win, and I think he's right back onto his killer thing. Because I know he's really big on, he wanted that perfection, that 4-0. He was 4-0 before this fight, 4 knockouts. He wanted to be 5-0, 5 knockouts. So I think that's the only way we see the rematch, is if he's like, all right, I want Tyron Woodley's head on my record. And honestly, I think next fight, I think he would do enough and have enough experience now, just with dealing with the crowd in his hometown. I think he could probably pull it out. So, but hey, this is the 5th round. Stephen Moustaris, as always, the Intrigue Content Network, bringing it to you. And I hope you guys have a good day, great weekend. And please, if you guys feel like I'm fucking wrong or whatever, please comment and tell me I'm fucking stupid. So, hey, have a good one, guys.